Hey everyone!
Yo, what's up guys? Your boy MK.
And I'm Ni. And
welcome back to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we've got a treat for you guys and a treat for ourselves. We're going to be doing a mukbang. Yeah, we've got some Nandos food here, and we're also going to be giving you guys a story time of how me and Ni got together all those years ago. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do like the video, please make sure that you smash the thumbs up button to show us your support. And if you're new around here, thank you for stopping by. We're so happy to have you. And make sure that you please hit that subscribe button down below. And without further ado, let's get into the video.
Alright, so today, we got Nandos today.
Wings. Yeah, so we got some wings here, got some chicken, and got some sides, you know, courtesy of Nandos. It was not free, but hopefully one day, you know, might get that sponsorship deal. Got that hot flavour.
Sides are, this one's rice. And peri fries. Ooh, garlic bread. Well, it's garlic bread. The sauce coming in.
I'm curious to know, what's your guys' favourite Nandos like meal? What's your go-to when you go Nandos or when you order it? Let me know in the comments below.
Okay, so whilst we're doing this, I'm going to set the scene. So we have, I wouldn't say known, but known of each other since 2010, because we went to the same secondary school aged 11. Didn't really run in the same circles or anything like that for the first couple of years. It wasn't until like year 9 when I chose my GCSE route that our circles started to merge, and then that's how we...
I think how it should work, because you probably tell it from your perspective, and then obviously I'll give you the real perspective, so go ahead. I try not to interrupt you too much.
No, I think you should start, because it was like I basically joined your friend group.
Let me take y'all back, man. Alright, so for me, it all started, because I could start in 2010 when we met, but I don't think the story starts in 2010.
I don't even remember back then either.
Yeah, so I think the story really starts for me in about 2014, so like year 10 times. So at this point now, obviously I've been in a few classes with Nia for like the whole entirety of secondary school so far. And obviously by year 10, I started to, you know, notice her a bit more. It's been a thing where obviously like in the earlier years, just been hanging around different social groups and obviously other girls and whatever. But by the time year 10 comes around, Nia's friendship group and my friendship group are kind of becoming intertwined. So I'm seeing a lot more of her, and yeah, we're getting closer. Not close like close friends, but we're getting closer by nature of being around each other. So these trips are soggy, hanging around more often. And I started to notice Nia, I'm like, yeah, she's a pretty girl, you know, currently not in any relationships or anything. So I'm like, cool, let me get to know her. At that time, I wasn't really looking for a relationship, by the way, but I was like, yeah, let me get to know her. She's cute. I like being around like attractive people in general. So that might sound shallow, but it's what it is. So yeah, I've obviously decided that I'm gonna try and wormhole my way into a conversation of some sort. And I remember the first time we actually spoke was not even face to face. I think it was on like Facebook. The first conversation we had was on Facebook, and it was around this time. So like what, 7 years ago, 6 years. So into 2014. How many years is that? 7. That's 7 years ago. Around Nia's birthday. Honestly, I was like, Nia, I was like, what you get me for your birthday? Because
it's common knowledge that the person whose birthday is gifts other people who aren't really their closest friends, you know? That's just what happens.
You know, when you're young, you have to try and find something creative to say in it, something that will make you stand out. So I was like, yeah, this is a nice lyric, this is a nice line. I'm like, what are you getting me for your birthday? To which I think, I'm not sure how you took it, but I found that quite humorous. I thought that was quite funny. Funny.
I laughed for sure.
Yeah,
like me getting you, but it's my birthday.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you getting me? Is that what?
See, so that was mission 1 complete. Good first impression, yeah. So from there, we were just talking a bit more on Facebook, because back those days, that's when Facebook was popping. We were talking a bit on Facebook, getting to know each other, and that reflected in like class time. So now I knew that I had a conversation, or I had a mutual, like, what's the word? Like a common ground, that we had common ground. So when it was like face to face, I had something that I could go and talk to her about. Like I didn't have to make something off the spot, because obviously we've been talking the day before or whatever. So yeah, we started talking more like in like classes, English, religious studies we had together. So started hanging around more after class.
I just want to say like how we are as students. I wouldn't say I'm like quiet, but I'm well behaved in class. And this guy and 2 particular friends know who you are Our class clowns. Attention-seeking class clowns. If the class is laughing, 75% of the chance is that it's because of one of them three, him and his two other.
Because we got the sauce.
Miscreants. And then it'd be me, and I'd be like, oh, guys, be quiet, please. Or I'd laugh. Like, it was usually funny. It wasn't like always stupidness. It was usually funny. They are funny.
Sometimes it was stupid.
Sometimes it was like, okay, we have an exam coming, you guys need to quiet your asses, please.
No, but we're smart kids though, don't get it wrong. We're smart kids.
All smart.
Yeah, smart.
Most teachers liked it because they'd egg them on or whatever. Okay, so that's the class dynamic basically. The banter and everything went on for a while, chatting.
I was putting that work.
Coming towards the middle of year 10, BBM came over to smartphones, and the conversation moved over to that one for a while.
I got to change her name to Miss Realist. So back in the day, my BBM name was M Realist. I might have some screenshots, I'll show you. And then honestly, back then it was still a friendship thing. It was never really intimate.
It was
fun.
Flirting.
Yeah, fun. Yeah, funny flirting or whatever.
Yeah, it was like.
It's in the back of the head though. But yeah, it was funny flirting.
Everyone knew that we had an interest in each other, but there was no ties or anything. Yeah. It wasn't serious like that. Yeah, it was also the point where if anyone said, "Oh yeah, you're a man," I'd still be like. Then the BBM era didn't really last that long. We moved over to WhatsApp quite quickly, and we had a massive group chat on WhatsApp, and that took a lot of our attention and text. We'd be up to all hours of the night on this freaking group chat.
Trying to get last message.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
So we moved on to WhatsApp, and that's where the conversation started becoming a lot more frequent. Like, if you look at our whole chat history, our chat history on WhatsApp, you'll be scrolling for days. I can't lie. Like, we were talking bare, just about random nonsense, but.
Anything that came to mind.
Yeah.
The conversation was never dead. We always had something to talk about.
This chicken is hot, I can't lie. But
yeah, so that conversation was flowing. It was literally, I was at the point where I'd rarely go a day without talking to him. But yeah, online we talk loads, but in person I was still quite shy. Yeah, it was quite minimal. It wasn't really much to it. A lot of his friends did one of the GCSE classes that I did, and we'd have a lot of time outside of school doing our course, and I got to know a lot of his friends better that way, and they would talk about him.
I don't know that.
And no, it wasn't even talking about you to me in that kind of way. No, not even like that. It was just hearing someone talk about someone you know from their perspective is always refreshing. Just oh, so he's like that, how he acts when I'm not around, and how much his friends love him. His friends, they got on so well. I love what we did summer.
So in summer, around that term, there was a time where you were making bare of those loom bands. Yeah, and I remember one time, she made me a loom band that was red and blue, and I was like, yes, this is my lucky thing. I remember because we had a Gaelic football tournament, and I busted in that tournament because I was wearing that loom band, but it broke at the end of the day when we got. So it was kind of pathetic fantasy, I can't lie, because we were bossing it, but we lost I think the semi-final, and it broke in that game as well. So it was just yeah, my powers were gone.
That's so funny, I didn't know that.
Yeah. That loom band, that little thing, I really appreciate that, and the fact that she made me one, it didn't really make me like her more, but it was significant, I think. After that, you went to Malta during summer, and that was sad because during school it was it was noticeable that she wasn't there. So yeah, I know, but it was noticeable because I remember during English, that was around the time when we started to actually hang around after class. So I remember because after English, usually I'd walk up to you and then we'd go I don't know, talk or whatever with other people, other friends. But now for this week, obviously we have English 3 times a week, so those classes there was none of that banter going on, and I was like, wow, I want this week to end.
To the I, to the M, to the P.
But anyway, so that's when it started to become we started becoming real good friends. Bear in mind, we're still kiddies, man. We're still 15 or whatever. But
the thing was with me, at this point, I almost started to friend zone him, in my head. Whereas we got along so well that I didn't like the little butterflies, because I didn't really find him cute when we were younger.
Hard to believe in it.
I was very exterior when it came to attraction and stuff, but none of those attractions never branched into anything. I didn't talk to anyone that I ever had a crush on, not to that level. So yeah, I don't really know how to describe it.
She was in that mindless behaviour phase, man. She didn't like my dark skin. She couldn't handle that. I can have eyewitness testimonies. Yeah, secondary school, what a time to be alive. That's the sentence for secondary school. What a time to be alive. But apparently she didn't find me that attractive. So
Why is it that?
what do you mean? That's what you said.
Yeah, but I didn't think you were cute. Like I wasn't like, oh, you're so hot.
Honestly, I'm ugly now.
I'll be down.
But so yeah, so obviously let's fast forward it a bit. Time's gone by, summer's happened, we didn't really meet over summer, but we're still talking. Come to year 11 now, start of year 11, friendship groups getting even closer, we hang out a lot more frequently, and yeah, I'm starting to be like, oh, she's actually, I like her as a friend, but I could like her as more than a friend. Oh, I've got pepper that I like her more than a friend. Now, because it looks like I'm gonna cry, but I don't cry, but yeah.
It's tearing up though.
It was such an emotional time, yeah, so yeah, 11 was going well, it was going good, progressing. I remember the netball competition as well, that was fun, like girls versus boys, that was lit.
I don't think I was even in that, just watching it.
Yeah, so it was a good time. And then around November, yeah, I have to move schools for reasons I won't disclose, but I have to move away and like literally move to another country. And by that I mean Croydon.
He didn't move schools. He had to.
Schools.
He was moving areas. So it was like because we were in the final year. It was like
it didn't make no sense
he
to
was
go to a school.
gonna be going to another school, and because our studies were coming up and stuff.
Yeah.
So then it kind of I kind of took it on myself to like want to, because we had so many classes together. I'd always like want to share the work with him and make sure that he was staying up to date. And I remember one day we had a mufti day, which was like you pay £1 and you can wear your own clothes. But I was like, I don't want to pay £1 to wear my own clothes, so I wore my brother's uniform, which is literally like a uniform but for boys. Girls wear blouses, boys wear ties and trousers, and I just wore my brother's trousers and the tie and my straight back fingers. Yeah, and then you came into school that day. I'm not sure why, but you were in that day. Do you remember? And then everyone was like, oh no, you're fancy.
So I came back. So obviously I came to school that day.
And sees the girl he has a crush on looking like a boy.
You rocked it well, I can't lie. You rocked it well, still looked cute, still fine. But yeah, I didn't come back to school many times, but that was one of the times I did because I needed to meet my English teacher and it was mufti day, so I kind of planned it so that I would come on a day where everyone's dressed up, because people usually go do fun stuff afterwards because they're all dressed up and stuff. So yeah, I came back then and obviously saw her and I was like, man, just as good as I remembered.
To the I, to the M, to the P.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, no, it was good times, and yeah, so obviously I was continuing my education from home and talking to Nia a lot more because I had more time on my hands. So I was like, I talked to other people from school, but mainly Nia was probably like the top 3, like out of all my friends as well, like including boys, she was probably the top 3 that I was speaking to the most. So progressing a lot more. Then fast forward now to
December, my mum decided that she wants to throw me a massive birthday party, and she needs dancers basically. And I'm thinking, there's literally no one that I'm close enough that would want to do this. So I put it into the big group chat. I was like, I said who wants to dance, like who's good at dancing, and whoever volunteered, I said, okay, I need you guys to come over to my place and learn this dance for my birthday. And obviously I had to try and invite Mo. Who knew? And this guy was so stiff, I was shocked. So I instantly had to say to myself, okay, this can't be my birthday and I dance with this guy.
Pause. It feels like this video is just you insulting me.
No, it's not.
Guys,
it's not.
She said that I'm ugly and she said I can't dance.
That's still true.
I can dance.
He dances, doesn't mean he can dance. Anyway.
One more insult and I'm out.
Anyway.
One more insult and I'm out.
I'm not that weak. Insecure all the time. I'm not stopping.
I'm joking.
Yeah, so I was like, I can't, like, this is too embarrassing. Like, I'm already nervous because I'm crashing a little bit. But then for him to not be able to perform when I'm going to be on stage is just going to throw me off, and I'm just not going to be able to do it. So I had to ask one of the guys that was he was like similar to me in height and was a better dancer, to be my partner, and had
She done me.
I partnered up with my sister. Well, she's not my sister, but she's my sister. And that like us having to do this like after school dance and stuff, it like pushed the group dynamic a bit as well. there's like this inside thing that we have to do after school, like
Oh,
spaces
yeah.
to practice and stuff. And obviously him having moved away would have to get back in time because he's got to travel far. Dance day comes, like my birthday comes, and obviously we go on talking fine.
It's so right.
Okay, at 16, I just remember one time like us taking a picture together. Do you remember like we stood by on the side tables and we were like, oh, let's take a picture.
Oh yeah. I do remember that. So yeah, for me at that time around her birthday, that's when I started to realize that I actually liked her. Like I had a crush on her, like a proper. I was like, yeah, I want her to be my girlfriend. So I was like, at that time I wasn't sure if I would be coming back to live like in a local area, so I didn't know if a relationship would actually be able to work out. But it turns out that it did. So yeah, obviously we were talking throughout those months after her birthday, and yeah, the next major event I would say that was preparation for prom, because at first I didn't think I was gonna be able to come down to attend, but I realized that I was. So that was the next main event that would be an opportunity for me to come back and hang out. So for time, I was like, I never really asked if she would be my date for prom. I don't even call it dates. It should be, yeah, she'd go to prom with me. But I think eventually Nia just asked me, like, she asked me, are you going to ask me to take me to prom?
Because someone else asked me and he hadn't officially asked me, so I was like, I can't say no to this person who's asked me because no one else has asked me yet. Yeah. I'm not going to just assume that this guy who likes me is going to ask me to prom, because one, I don't even know if he's going to go to prom, and I don't know if he actually wants to ask me to go to prom. Like, nothing was ever set in stone, it was never clear. I'm pretty sure that before prom even came up, that I said the thingy.
No, but I'm saying you asked me if I was going to take you to prom before. You asked me if I was going to take you to prom maybe like April, May. But the point I'm trying to make is you asked me if I was going to ask you, and I was like, oh, that's kind of, now I have to ask at that moment. It was like yuck.
So what I want.
So, but yeah, she was like, yeah, are you gonna ask me or not? And I was like, yeah, you doing prom with me? Obviously, she was like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of like business minded when it comes to events and stuff. So I was like, okay, so you need to get a suit. I'm wearing this, blah 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 blah. It was like, he was like, bro, okay, so you just said that so you can get ready. I was like, yeah, what do you think this is?
Even though we knew we were going to prom together, even still, like, our relationship was getting closer, but we still weren't like official or nothing like that. We just were two really close people going to prom.
Okay, one thing about this guy is that even though he's very thoughtful sometimes and he does very cute things, and all of this, like the attention and the fact that he was like so sweet and he remembered things, all of it accumulated, and I was like, I really like this guy. Like,
this calls for a chicken wing. Oh my eye again.
Yeah, I think I really like this guy. And then one day he was able to visit the local area, even though I know he wasn't supposed to. And we were just hanging around, like we literally just like walked around our local area, like saw parts of it. You know when like you live in an area, but you only go to the places that you need to go in that area. You don't. There's parts that you've never ever seen before. Like you just walked around, found new parts of our hometown that we haven't seen before, and literally just spent like the whole afternoon. This guy, it's time to go. This guy decides that he's gonna plant one on me. He wants the full shebang.
So I'm eating this chicken wing.
Just like that. And I was shocked. And a little bit hurt because he was always so sweet and so kind and always asked if I was okay, and
this wasn't really thoughtful, just
it was like he was just like, oh, I want to do this, and I didn't like it. So then I went home and I told my girlfriends about it, and they were like, no, and then I was like, okay, so I'm a bit mad at him over this, but I'm not gonna just like call it quits because he normally stays. So I said to myself, okay, next time that I see him, I'm gonna show him how I like to kiss. So I showed him how I would like to kiss. Oh.
That's how he liked it.
No, it was gentle, child appropriate, wasn't trying to suck my lungs out through my face. You know?
American, yeah. I was obviously when you're like, man, then will know when you're that age, you're just explorative, and when you get that burst of adrenaline, you're like,
no, it's when you've watched too much TV.
I swung my shot and I hit it, and it didn't pay off, but it paid off because if I hadn't, who knows, the first kiss could have been a year later. So it was just a gamble that I had to take, and even though it didn't really pay off, it kind of did. So
it would have been a year later because it was still children.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, with him pushing that, it got the ball rolling for all of that, and now it's like, oh, so we're like a thing now, huh? I don't remember what it was that pushed me to say it, but I wimped out and I said it over WhatsApp message, the big L word. And yes, take my shot, because I feel like at that point where our convo was going, I felt like he was ready to say it, but it was just too scared that I wasn't gonna say it back because I hadn't like
No, yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
yeah, so I was like, if I don't say it, he's probably never gonna say it because he's too scared. So I just went for it, and I don't know, did you cry?
No.
But it felt like he was crying through text, the way he was so like happy. And years later, even though I'm cutting, but years later we went back to that exact text thread. Yeah, thinking back to it was surreal.
Beautiful end to a love story.
I'm pretty sure we still have the logs somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. And we
You ain't gonna see it.
unless you pay us.
No.
Find that cash money.
No.
Hit me up.
So then at this point we are now
MK&Ni. So yeah, that happens. The message happens a few days before prom. Then we go prom. Prom's fun.
Prom was so
A highlight of that decade, I think. Prom was lit, and I would like to repeat that. Like, I wish that was recorded so I could watch it.
yeah, so that's kind of like how it all started.
That's the story.
That's the story of how MK&Ni were born.
Yep, and there were plenty more stories after that. But that's for another story time. But hope you guys enjoyed it as well.
I think the main takeaway is that we got together when we were 16 and we're now
49.
one day baby. Yeah, but it's been 5 years.
Yep.
5 years of ups and downs. No, it's all been ups, peaks and plateaus. It's not been like none of this.
Yeah, that's our story time. Well done. The food was enjoyable.
I'm gonna finish right now. I'm gonna finish.
The food was
It's
enjoyable.
cold.
Yeah, see, I like to eat before it gets cold. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, you know what to do. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button down below. Make sure that if you haven't already, that you please subscribe to the channel. You know, we wanna grow, we wanna make more content for you guys, and the way that we do that is if you guys show your love and your support. So it would mean a lot.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone. It's been a dream. Yeah, if you want to see more from us, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
Peace.
Bye.